Welcome back. Tonight we got a lady on the edge, a raccoon that does his own stunts, and other creepy videos from all around the world. So kick back, grab your snacks, and let's go.
I have it on the right spots, right? Yeah. Yeah, you do. It's not like positive is on negative or anything. And we literally use these to jumpstart.
I don't see how you messed that up. It's always good to help a friend in need, but before you do, make sure you have good insurance.
Don't do that, sweetheart. It's dangerous.
No, wait. Well, go on.
I'm leading with logic, my heartbeat is frosted. I seen it, got optics, I need it from Shawty. She need with the top and it's obvious. They need him a target, I'm dodging in dark, make them reach for the star.
Bet you're not gonna do that again now, are you?
Is nothing. From nothing to something I'll never be. Tycoon and I'm Jay with the thizzle face. I'm nothing, my section.
This is just randomly going down the stairs with nobody here. Do you see this? No, it started from the top.
That's weird. If that thing flies across the room.
This thing flies across the room. I'm moving out.
It's really cold over here.
It's cold?
No,
it stopped. It stopped.
Okay, so I know I'm not going crazy, but look at that. What in the world? Dude.
So I'm out here and I don't know if you guys see this light shining on my phone. There's no reflection, but I'm gonna show you what the is. It's the sun. What in the... I've never seen this happen before. Never.
Did you guys see the alien's face? Like, I'm sorry. That's okay. Oh my gosh, what happened to my camera? Why isn't it letting me? Do you see? What the? What in the? I think it's gone.
People are noticing black shadow figures behind Kevin Hart and his freak-off buddies. How many do you see?
Door closing. Please stand clear of the door. Door closing. Please stand clear of the door.
I don't think I'll be going back to that church. Pastor got it smelling like old hot dog water in there. I don't know what got into him, but it must have been the spirit of Rick James.
Oh Lord, I want you to know that Miss Brittany is going through a predicament with her ungrateful man right now. So bring the wine, Lord, so we can have something to wet our thirst. Bring the bread, Lord, so we can nourish the body. Don't worry about the meat, Lord, because I will deliver that myself. Rosie, how long you been standing there?
So 2 years later, I'm in Erie, Pennsylvania. I got my table. I'm selling my little books to him, I think. And this very nice lady, she's about 60, walks up to my table with her husband. And she says, I got a story for you. Can I tell you? Like, yeah. So she says, when I was 15 years old, it would be about 1965, I was in church in Western Pennsylvania in a tiny little town with my mother. And she said, in our town, everyone knew everyone, especially in church. So she's in church. So she said, in front of me, in front of the aisle ahead of us, were this blonde couple, male, female, come walking in. She says they were absolutely gorgeous. They looked like supermodels. She said they had this incredible blue clothing. I was looking at the fabric. She's a 15-year-old girl, so she's into fashion. She said, I have never seen such incredible, beautiful clothing. And she's marveling and thinking, why is no one else in this church looking at these two people? She said they stuck out like a sore thumb. It's like, you know, Marilyn Monroe and, you know, Cary Grant.
How could you not stare at them?
Yeah. So, but no one was noticing them apparently. And then she said to me, and that's when I heard them in my mind. And what she heard was one of them thinking to the other, something like, well, we appear to be fitting in pretty well here. And she's like, and then one of them, maybe the same one, I don't know, said, except for the girl behind us who can hear us. And that's when she's like practically freaking out. After that, she heard nothing. It's like they shut it down. The other thing she said about them is that they're in mass and they didn't really know how to, this is a Catholic mass, which I grew up doing. You know, sit, kneel, sign of the cross, all that. They're like looking around. They don't know what to do. So they clearly did not fit in.
Just trying to fit in.
Right. So it gets better. So she goes through the whole mass. Mass ends. The couple is up and out. And they book it out of the church. And she decides, I'm going after them. And she's following. They go down this hill. There's a field. And there's a wooded area. So they're not going to a parking lot or a car. So that's kind of interesting too. Let's just like note that little, describe that little bit. So she's going across the field. She's going down the hill, and then she stops dead in her tracks. She said, then I saw a third person at the entrance of the wooded area. She said, remember Lurch from the Addams Family?
No.
Looked just like that guy.
Terrifying.
Very tall. Like a man in black, but very tall, kind of ungainly tall, hat and a black suit, apparently. And this beautiful blonde supermodel couple from Venus or Pleiades or wherever they're from walk past him into the woods. Into the woods. He turns around and follows them. And that was her story.
Like a wall of...
No, really, because like that's...
Taking a pic for the gram while bears chasing you is crazy. I guess you won't learn until a new fear is unlocked.
What's up?
What do we do?
If it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lay down.
Start digging in your butt, friend. Start digging in your butt, friend. Start digging
Whatever you do, don't
Run!
Oh no! Oh no! I can't stop!
Start digging in your butt, friend. Start digging in your butt, friend.
West Coast. Both of us are in the office. So anytime you want to reach out, email it and let me know. We'll get in touch with you.
And if you were interested in either of those 9 technicians tomorrow, please, I can ask our mental health technician because she always is looking for other places, like if you need, like if we could.
Before you is RS 31078, cannibalism.
And North Idaho State Representative Heather Scott introduced a new bill which expands a law banning cannibalism. It comes from what she says
Banning cannibalism
in human composting. Scott says she's worried about the possibility that people are eating other people and may not know they're doing so. She says it comes with the rise in human composting, which is legal in several states as a means of dealing with human remains. Cannibalism is banned in Idaho, but Scott's bill would add a ban on giving someone else the flesh or blood of a human without their knowledge or consent.
We told you that was going on.
The committee and will now move to a floor vote.
What I'm about to show you is probably the craziest thing I've ever seen on the internet. Take a look. Okay, so we've all heard about this company, right? Sure that it does ring a bell. Good. So, Google Translate, Latin to English, nothing crazy. Now let's put a few spaces in between those letters and see what happens. Alright, nothing too crazy so far. And I'll check this out. You cannot make this up. Just try it out. Try it yourself. You'll see.
Go into the bathroom, and there's Philip giving me side eye. What up, Philip?
Don't you be cutting your eyes at me, Philip. I don't know what possessed her to bring you in, but nothing about this thing says friendly or comforting.
And I'm so proud of you. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine?
Should be able to upload our consciousness.
Yeah, the technology will exist to upload your consciousness onto a computer. That's true immortality. That's the closest thing you'll get to true immortality. It's probably going to become a very natural path for most humans.
What would it even be uploaded into? Like a cloud?
Yeah, it'd be uploaded to a cloud.
Do you think that you can experience life by uploading your consciousness to a cloud?
Eventually, yeah, if you uploaded and then you could download into a humanoid robot, then you would experience the real world like any other world. Or you could continue in some kind of simulated universe, play a video game in the cloud kind of thing.
What do you think happens when you die?
Elon always talks about we live in a simulation. But as AI has gotten better at simulating the world, it's making me think more and more that we probably live in a simulation.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gresh never said extraterrestrial or alien. He said interdimensional.
And this one.
They are dropping out of linear space-time and traversing other dimensions. So some of the phenomenon that's extraterrestrial looks very, very close to something from another dimension.
And of course, this one.
The theory is that what we're looking at here is something that can literally move interdimensionally.
And this.
It's just like we're thinking so different.
And I think an advanced intelligence is manipulating frequency, electromagnetics, gravity when it applies, time, and consciousness. I don't look at this and think ET. I look at these as displacement craft that are coming from parallel realities.
Whatever happened?
Bro.
I don't know why he couldn't just sit back and enjoy the ride, but I think he came for the food but left with the runs.
If you can't lick the deodorant, it shouldn't go on your arm. Everything goes on your body, goes in your body, so it should be edible already, right? So the chemicals that's in it, it's not even made to go on your body. So now, when you expelling this deodorant, you stink. You stink more. People that wear deodorant stink. They smell like hoagies. That hoagie smell is from deodorant. That's not from you. You feel what I mean? That hoagie, onion, cheese steak, whatever that smell is. I haven't smelled that smell in a very long time, over 10 years, on myself. You feel what I mean? Because I fasted that out of me, right? It's a lot of things that got to come out of your body, right? And if you've been putting it there for so long, it took me, for example, like 3 months. The hairs on my arms changed colors. After like 1 month, it was changing whitish. Right, yellowish, whitish, but I knew it was this stuff coming out of my system, right? Nevertheless, after that smell wore off, like the funky smell, right? Then your natural smell started to come out. It's right under the stink, though. You gotta make it through the stink. But the stink is the detox. So I learned that now when people stink, smell like onions, right? Body odor that's stemming from their arms, this is them detoxing. You are detoxing. So before the detox finish, we go put more deodorant on. The detox not even finished.
This woman is taking a picture of herself in the mirror, but if you look behind her, you can see what appears to be a demonic girl. This photo is extremely chilling, not only for the fact that there's a ghost in it, but because look how scary that ghost looks. It's like a sleep paralysis demon. Finally is this photo. This girl was taking a picture of herself with her laptop webcam when it suddenly picked up a ghost in the background, or some sort of demon. Either way, it's equally terrifying, and I don't know what I would do if I took a photo and I saw a ghost behind me looking like that.
Now that I've seen it, I can't unsee it. So the other day, a Reddit user posted this photo to Reddit. It's of his apartment at night. He had been complaining of hearing rustling noises in his apartment over the last couple nights. Many users thought they could kind of see something in this area of his kitchen, but I couldn't, so I looked at the brightened version. This is the photo brightened. And I know what you're gonna say, yes, it does look like Keanu Reeves, but look at how tall he is compared to the fridge. But it gets so much worse. This is a video he took of his apartment at night where you can see something happen to the light in the kitchen. But let's look at the brightened version. Yes, it's terrifying, but is it a ghost?
Don't y'all need to build a permit to walk around dressed as disco balls? It may be a magical place, but that don't mean you can walk around terrorizing the kids.
What's wrong, Dory? Why did you poke the frog? What did you do?
No, I'm totally fine. Like, love it, love it, love it. Can I ask why? I'm totally not angry. I'm not angry.
If I ain't next, and I just leave impression. Next to rain on the window pane, puffin' plain Jane, let them second guess me.
If human beings keep going, we definitely will create a simulation. It's just a matter of time. So if that's the case, how do we know that we're not in one already? And we really don't. Every day we go to sleep, And every day we wake up and we assume and we have faith that all that stuff that we remember is really how life went on before we were awake. But we really don't know. According to probability theory, it's more likely that we're in a simulation.
Maybe that's true.
You're assuming that all of the stuff that you know and all the stuff that you experience is 100% real. We are within 100 years away from making something that's indiscernible from what we experience every day. And that's inevitable. Unless we get disrupted by nature, unless we get hit with an asteroid or start a nuclear war, it's inevitable that technology reaches a point where simulation is possible.
AI is learning to escape human control. That's the very scary headline I saw in the Wall Street Journal. It's an essay written by a very worried AI consultant named Judd Rosenblatt, who cites 2 recent studies to argue that AI is, in fact, learning to escape human control. First, this is crazy stuff. Researchers gave OpenAI's O3 model a simple script that would shut off the model when triggered. In 79 of 100 trials, the AI model independently, just on its own, edited the script so the shutdown command would not work. Nate, it gets worse. Even when ordered, allow yourself to shut down, the AI still disobeyed 7% of the time. And it gets even more frightening than that. Other researchers, listen to this, using Anthropic's AI model Claude 4 Opus, told the model it would be replaced by another AI system. It then fed fictitious emails into the system suggesting one of the engineers was having an affair. Got it? In 84% of the tests, the AI model drew on the emails to blackmail the engineer to not shut down the AI model.
What?
Wow.
Okay, so here, I'm quoting now from Judd. In other cases, the AI model attempted to copy itself onto external servers. We're in Mission Impossible land here. Wrote self-replicating malware and left messages for future versions of itself about the need to evade human control.
The entity.
Wow.
The entity is real.
Yes. And that's why so many people, and when I say people, me, are worried about AI.
I'm worried.
That is scary stuff.
Yeah.
Told you.
Looks like your secret admirer isn't a secret anymore. You may not feel the same way, but I'd rather be spoiled out of love than lust.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, boyfriend number 2, what you doing?
Sleeping, that's what I'm doing.
Already had a bad day today. I don't need your attitude. Miss me with that. Hey, I never seen someone so disrespectful.
They asked AI generation, what would humans look like in the future? Check this out. It's raw. It's crazy. Let me see. Look. But it shows the time lapse of what humans will end up being like. Human evolution. We turn to fucking wires.
Oh no.
We turn to wires, and now what does the wires mean? Think about it. What do the wires mean?
We just become technology.
We become the simulation.
This is where it gets really freaky. Albert Einstein says, I'm not sure which weapons the Third World War will be fought, but the Fourth World War, they will fight with sticks and stones.
Yeah, I've heard that.
That's what Albert Einstein said. Day one of AI taking over. And it showed this like laboratory towards this very highly advanced artificial intelligence, but it was contained to its own server. AI figured out with like a Roomba vacuum it's the only thing it could figure out how to connect to. So it put all of its information onto the Roomba computer, and then that allowed it to connect to the Wi-Fi, which allowed it to connect to everyone's phones, everyone's laptops, spread instantly across the whole world. Now it was in control of power plants, all this stuff.
Geez.
It was in control of 3D printers, of manufacturing things to help build itself.
Yeah.
But it was doing it silently with no one knowing because it was just staying under the radar until the one time
It was like 40 days into it, I decided, yep, I don't want humans anymore.
Now that's how you make a new friend. Walk up to their ear and whisper sweet nothings.
Just a flirt with me, totally tucked up, but the jewels out. I just sent her home with a full mouth. I'm a rare breed when the moon out. I'ma stop playing by the rules now.
Realize there's a two-part process. First, you need to blast away the existing mind, and second, you need to find a way to insert a new mind into the resulting void. This is what's known as Project MKUltra, the most sustained search in history for techniques of mind control. After World War II, the tension between the two emerging superpowers, the US and the then Soviet Union, was at an all-time high. The threat of nuclear war was hanging over everyone's head, and ultimately the end of civilization. Technological progress didn't stop at the atom bomb, and both sides were continuing to invent bigger and badder weapons. But what both sides knew is that the most dangerous weapon was information, and the US became increasingly concerned that the Soviets had discovered a drug or technique that would allow them to control human minds. In response, the CIA began its own secret program to search for a mind control weapon they could use against their enemies. The experiments were covertly funded at universities and research centers, as well as American prisons and detention centers in Japan, Germany, and the Philippines, and the subjects endured procedures including electroshock and high doses of hallucinogens. Going back to the two-part process of mind control, it said they were extremely successful at blasting away the existing mind, but they didn't get too far on replacing it. In the 1960s, Project MKUltra was shut down, and due to its top secret nature, we will never know just how many people were affected by it. That is all for this video, but as always, if this interested you and you want to see more like it, I'd really...
Top 5 most interesting theories why we haven't met aliens yet that'll blow your load. Also known as the Fermi paradox, which states that a universe as huge as ours should be absolutely brimming with life. Yet somehow we haven't ran into any yet. Unless you count those weird metal spheres that everyone's been seeing flying around lately. So first up, we got the zoo theory, which states that aliens see us as some sort of attraction to observe, and they've all collectively agreed to not touch us as some sort of galactic nature reserve program. Next, we got the great filter theory, that all intelligent life just hits a point in their evolution in which they just end up dying in some sort of mass extinction. Number 3 is the great silence theory, in which aliens think they're so much better and smarter than us that we're not even worth their time. 4 is the rare earth theory, simply life is so super rare that it just doesn't exist anywhere else. I don't think that's very likely. Last 5 is the incubation theory, in which aliens are just standing down and standing by, waiting for civilization to get advanced enough so they could swoop in and enslave us into their own society. I don't know about you, but I just blew my...
You need to cut that thing off or tie it in a knot, something. He may have had good intentions, but it's the delivery of the message that matters.
Oh. Get a freshly made footlong from Subway instead.
Better be better when you build your favorite sub, and now safe when you order in the app. Subway, eat fresh.
Guys, I'm sorry, we don't probably live in a simulation. That is just something that kind of edgelords like Elon Musk say to try and sound cool and smart. There's a real-life philosophical paper behind the idea, which is actually extremely interesting, and it raises way more questions than just are we in a video game? So the article was written in 2003 by a Swedish philosopher named Nick Bostrom. You can find it online. It's a super short read. It's really interesting. He does not say we probably live in a simulation. He offers what he calls a trilemma, which means one of 3 things is probably true. 1, human beings are very likely to go extinct before they can reach a phase where they can do simulations at this level of fidelity that we're currently living in. 2, any civilization that has that ability is extremely unlikely to run simulations of their evolutionary history. And 3, we are almost certainly living in a simulation. He says that one of those 3 things has to be true. And to me, the first 2 options are the most interesting. And the reason is because Bostrom himself admits that we currently do not have computers that are anywhere near powerful enough to do this type of high fidelity simulation. And in order for us to be able to do that, we would probably need to get the ability to harness the power of entire stars or planets and just use those as enormously powerful computers to be able to do this simulation. So the second option, that if we had that power, we wouldn't use it to just kind of replay out our history, makes sense. If you had that power, you might have more pressing things that you wanted to put that power towards. The final one of the trilemma is the only one that gets any sort of press, and that's because it says that if we have that power to be able to do that, and if we choose to do that, then we almost certainly live in a simulation, because
all of the things living in a simulation would also create simulations, and those simulations would create simulations. So the chance that we are in the original reality would be very close to zero. There's also a pretty big assumption he makes at the beginning of the paper, which he does just kind of to play around with this thought experiment, which is of something called substrate independence. And what that means is just that our experience of consciousness could be replicated by a computer. Now, if you believe in things like souls or spirits, you probably don't believe that computers could have souls. If you don't believe that, you'd be able to move past this pretty easily. I think this is a really interesting paper, but to me it's interesting because he's asking, can humans reach that level of technological advancement without destroying themselves? I would say the jury's pretty out on that one. Another interesting thought to come from it is, if we were able to reach that level of advancement, might we have developed morally in a certain direction where we wouldn't want to do simulations because we would view it as kind of wrong and fucked up? Bostrom said that he thought each of the three possibilities were equally likely. I think we're more likely to go extinct or to decide that this is a thing we shouldn't do.
She is a brave soul for that. You ain't got to go home, but you got to go somewhere while the boys watch the game.
What's up? Can a low come up in your crib? What's up?
Shoo! Get on out of here!
Phone charge on its last light. Same clothes from last night. Still lit like it's last night. Young living in the fast life. Smoke cloud from the ash pipe.
America's #1 sports book.
All right, guys, those are creepy videos that haunted my thoughts. If you'd like to give it a thumbs up, make sure to comment on your favorite clips and join the Space Crew, because we rockin'.